What's the difference between subjective cognitive impairment, SCI, and mild cognitive impairment, MCI? Hi, this is Eddie Rodriguez. I've been caregiving for my father diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's since 2018. I've also been helping him manage something called the Bredesen Protocol for reversing cognitive decline. On this Brain Health channel, I share what me and my family have learned throughout this journey and what we're currently learning in the hope that it's helpful to others looking to educate themselves on Alzheimer's treatment and prevention. So, what's the difference between subjective cognitive impairment, SCI, and mild cognitive impairment, MCI? According to the CDC, subjective cognitive impairment, or subjective cognitive decline, SCD, is a self-reported experience of worsening or more frequent confusion, memory loss, and decline in thinking abilities. Individuals sense that their thinking abilities and memory are declining and not where they used to be, but standard tests will not yet show objective cognitive deficits. Regardless, SCI is often an early warning sign of potential future development of Alzheimer's disease and other related dementias. Symptoms of SCI typically present as increased forgetfulness, like difficulty in remembering names, dates, or events, trouble focusing or concentrating on tasks, struggling to articulate thoughts or recall specific words, feeling mentally unclear or experiencing brain fog, perceiving a decrease in the speed of decision making, challenges in planning, organizing, or multitasking, and experiencing increased stress or frustration when faced with complex decisions or planning. According to CDC data, about 1 in 9 adults between the ages of 45 and 64 are experiencing SCI, and it's about 1 in 10 adults aged 65 or older. SCI doesn't necessarily progress into dementia in all cases, but if left unchecked, it can often progress to mild cognitive impairment, MCI, the stage of cognitive decline that does start showing up in objective tests that precedes dementia. For symptoms of MCI, think of it as an intensification of those for SCI. They typically present as forgetting things more often, missing appointments or social events, losing train of thought or not following the plot of a book or movie, trouble following a conversation, trouble finding the right word or with language, finding it hard to make decisions, finish a task, or follow instructions, trouble finding their way around places they know well, poor judgment, depression, anxiety, short temper or aggression, and a general lack of interest. The biggest difference between SCI and MCI is that when it's SCI, only the person experiencing the cognitive decline notices it. If it progresses to MCI, spouses, children, close family members, friends, coworkers start to notice the cognitive decline. A person with mild cognitive impairment can remain at this level of impairment for years, getting by with compensating strategies and the help of family. But about 15% of people with MCI go on to develop dementia within 2 years. Within 5 years, about 30% of people with MCI get diagnosed with dementia, and within 10 years, about 50% of people with MCI go on to develop dementia, primarily Alzheimer's disease. Catching this early is crucial for best outcomes, so it's important to seek out your healthcare professional if you're sensing symptoms in yourself or a loved one. Dementia and Alzheimer's currently have no cure, but there are measures that can help, especially for prevention. Take the Bredesen Protocol, also known as the RECODE protocol, RECODE for reversal of cognitive decline, which has been tremendously helpful for my dad and my family. Dr. Dale Bredesen and his team have helped hundreds of people reverse their symptoms of cognitive decline, establish mild cognitive impairment, and Alzheimer's disease with this protocol as evidence in successful studies in 2014, 2016, 2018, 2022, and current clinical trials. I've linked these studies in the description below so you can take a look for yourself. It may prove to be very helpful. And if you're interested in learning more about the Bredesen Protocol, you can click on the video on the screen and take a look at the resources I've linked in the description box below. And I'd love to hear from you. Has anyone in your family experienced SCI or MCI? What symptoms made you notice? Please drop me a comment. If you found this information helpful, please feel free to share this video with anyone you think it could serve, and please like and subscribe as it helps our community grow. And remember, I'm not a doctor, I don't have a PhD, I'm a caregiver and citizen researcher on the ground helping a loved one, someone just like you. This information is for educational purposes only. Please consult your medical practitioner before implementing any changes. Thank you for watching. My dad thanks you. Hope these resources are helpful to you and your family, and see you in the next video. Thanks.